What's up, y'all? It's your boy Neezy Baby 84 coming at you with the Daily Drive. So it is 9:42 in the morning. Just out here in Marion Oaks. Not necessarily a place I want to be, just because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere and traffic is always horrendous by 75. But I woke up on the couch. No, actually, I went to bed last night, so I got some good sleep. Finished my book. Oh man, I guess there's some things to talk about. So, anyways, 9:42 in the morning, just made $14. I don't know, 8-9 miles I could out here. Luckily, I turned on the app at the house. Somebody was right around the corner, picked them up, brought them right here. So, not bad to start the day. Does it put me in a place that I want to be? Sure, but it is what it is. I guess today it's about planning positioning, planning, and patience. So this week I got to make some money, and I've been going out at nights, checking out the market in Gainesville. I've spoken about that already. It's been really good up there. I mean, I enjoy it. I really love driving up there. Those college kids are hilarious. Every time a group of gals gets in the car, that's like, man, I can find my future wife up here, boy. It's like, yes, please. Everybody's super respectable. You get honestly, the most tips come out of those kids. I got to admit, man, there's a demographic for you. Not only college, but they're a lighter demographic, if you catch my drift. Anyways, so I maximize my time in Gainesville, right? The dilemma that I have is that it's 60 miles away, and I'm burning up so much gas trying to be in that market, and it sucks because I make amazing money, like, 250, $300 in the night, 10 hours while I'm up there, and you're just going back and forth. I'm actually saving gas when I'm in the city, but man, when I jump on the highway, I'm burning it trying to get home. And also trying to get home when you're far out. So even with Orlando, which easier because if I leave early enough, like I spoke about in one of my posts, then I can town hop, hit something in Winter Garden, hit something in Claremont, hit something in Leesburg. But if it's too late, I ain't getting nothing coming back. So I got to play around with that a little bit, because the problem is I just get caught up chasing in the location and then forgetting that I still have to drive an hour, hour and a half home. And then I'm dog tired. And then on top of that, I'm dog tired. So I'm going to smoke a bowl because I got to get ready for this ride. And at that point, I just don't want to take people. I don't want anybody in the truck. I want to jam out, smoke my cigarettes, smoke my weed, and do my thing. So it's been back and forth. So anyways, yesterday was the first day that I woke up in the morning and I said, you know what? My arm is fucking killing me. I broke down a fence at the house on Wednesday, 2 hours swinging a hammer. Everything hurts. My fucking injury from the tendonitis, or it's not tendonitis. I realized it's tensionovitis or something like that. So I've been trying to work on that, icing and so on and so forth. But the point is, I got up Thursday morning, and I was like, man, my arm was killing me. I was like, dude, and it's arm day, it's upper body day. And I was like, I don't feel like walking. I don't feel like working out. I'm gonna drive. So I got up, made some breakfast, packed the cooler. I got online by 8. Now this time around it was after 9 when I got online, so I'm a little late. Because again, it was a last minute thing. I woke up like, fuck it, let me drive, let me shower, pack the cooler, eat, whatever. And I decided, and also, so I woke up, threw on the app, little old lady from right around the corner from the crib, perfect. $15 to roll into the Villages, you know what I mean? And so I said, screw it, man. So I worked my way to BJ's, got some cheaper gas. Gas is expensive as hell right now. So BJ's right now is about $3.60. If you got your BJ's card, just the regular card, you get 5 cents off. So it's $3.60 for the fill up. So needed to save some money on there, got some gas. And I said, you know what? Let me putz around in the Villages for the morning, because I know in the past I've gone out for a few hours in the morning, made some really good money, and didn't have to do much, didn't burn any gas, really, staying in the Villages. So I stayed for about 2 hours in the Villages, made just under $80, like just about $80. I had a $33 tab that I was about to go pick up fare, Lake Weir area, but halfway there, if not almost, I was almost there. All of a sudden the ride canceled. I was like, man, are you shitting me? thank you Lyft, because off that $34 they hit me with a $16-17 cancellation fee from the rider. Now whether it was the rider or the insurance company, I think it was an insurance pickup, so most likely it was going to be a medical run, but fine, because I stopped at BJ's, got gas, I got 2 cases of water, my big case of Coke Zeros, because I'm like running out of everything at the house and I need to go shopping, which is another reason why I got to be working on the road as much as possible right now. I got bills and I got to go shopping. So it was perfect. It brought me back to my area, so I was just a few miles from home. So I went to the house, called my sister, talked on the phone for like 15-20 minutes with my sister, put the water and the Coke Zero inside, took a second, chilled, and then I said, all right, now I'm gonna get back on the road. And this time I decided to go into Ocala. And Ocala, I don't know, just over these last couple of years, very few, maybe like 2 times I've tried Ocala, just get bad taste from Ocala. But Easter Eve, I was out there working, was waiting on mom to get ready. She was just taking some time. So I was like, let me drive a little bit. Gotta admit, it wasn't like it was busy, but in a matter of 4 hours, I had like $170 in my pocket. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. And the word is, per my mom, and what I've realized, especially now driving in Ocala and Gainesville, you do get some of the higher fares. Now, side note, I think that the platforms and their algorithms and their demographic research shows that these are the higher affluent areas. Ocala is one of the number 1 growing spots in the nation. It's horse country. It's where all the warehouses are coming to, FedEx, UPS, Chewy, Amazon, I mean, whatever, all the potato chip factories are out here. So there's a lot of factories and warehouses out here, which is what's garnering a lot of the employment for people who move here, because I'm like, I don't know what people are doing, because there ain't shit. To me, it's still slow Cal and it still sucks here. I fucking hate it, but it is what it is. Anyways, so I decided, I was like, let me go into Ocala. And instantly I got into the right just south of Ocala and picked up my first fare, got in. It wasn't busy. And here's the thing, it's like wait times were really low. But when I went on the Lyft, because so Lyft will show you how many drivers are nearby, and Uber doesn't show you anything, which kind of sucks. It's like, step up the game, because Lyft has a better platform than Uber. And depending on where you're at, you'll get more rides with Lyft. But Uber is still dominant in terms of the fares that it gives and how busy it'll keep you. So either way, I sat for a little bit. I'm at Walmart out on 464 near the shores, just chilling, went to the bathroom. And so it kept me busy. I was bouncing around a little bit, but again, it was like good fares, but very few and far between. And I mean, I looked on the app and it showed at least 100 cars around me. And obviously that means that tons of people are moving around Ocala, especially in the daytime and so on and so forth. It's just, I'm not getting those rides. Other people are. So I found myself sitting a lot. So there was a moment, I was driving up towards Pine, down 464, towards Miller's Ale House. None of you know where this is unless you're from the area, so just bear with it, just giving you local ideas. And there was construction work going on the side, but there was this corner lot into this neighborhood full of trees that they were the construction workers were parking their trailers and their gear in. So it was like perfect spot. So I sat there for a while, decided to read. And here's a great thing too. So it was a long day. Just to preface, it was a long day. I mean, I was available for like 12 hours. Booked time, I only drove for about 8 hours, right? Because they took the break to get gas, run into BJ's, come home. Let's just say an hour there. Then into Ocala, let's say I waited for almost 30-45 minutes before I got a fare. Got one, still again, very few and far between. So then there was this moment where just nothing. I mean, nothing. I sat for an hour reading, which is great because I'm getting paid to read. You know what I mean? I'm not wasting gas. I'm sitting as you should be. Again, if you're out there, do not drive around. Pick a spot, position yourself, shut that engine off, because you will burn more gas idling than you will driving. Just know that. So I ended up on the west side of Ocala near the Paddock Mall. Nothing's coming in. I'm looking on the app. There's drivers everywhere. And I was like, man, everybody else must be getting rides because I'm not getting shit. And I wonder too if that's just a portion of like these are the people who've been driving the most frequently in this area, so they get the rides most frequently. I'm not too sure yet. It seems like, and of course with the tier levels between Uber and Lyft, they do give incentives. If I'm a gold level with Uber and I'm gold with Lyft, so you get more incentivized exclusive offers. Not to say they're worth that much more money. 5% is chump change a lot of times, and still I can get exclusive offers that's only paying me like 50 cents a mile. It's like, nah, I'm good. I am. So anyways, here I am. I'm by the mall. I'm reading a little bit, nothing. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me take this time to actually legit take a break, chill. Because a lot of the times I'll break, but it's only for 10, 20 minutes. I sit, I eat, smoke a cigarette, stretch my legs for a few minutes, and then I'm back on the road trying to figure it out. So this time I was like, nah. Stop at the mall. They put a brand new like market space. It's kind of like shabby. Like, it's not that it just looks very basic. And they've got all these fake like Lego looking trees all on the inside, and it's like all glass partitions with everybody's little stores, and it's very flea market. It's very flea market. I mean, you ain't find nothing brand name in there, and but it's cool. I mean, I haven't been in that side of the building in like 20 years since it was like Sears, and anyways, so I took an hour almost. I took like 2 hours, right? Just chilling. I walked around the mall for like an hour and then came back to the truck. Did I put the app on? I might have put the app on, but I sat and read. I will say the great thing about yesterday, all the sitting I did, I burnt through my book, Jonathan Kellerman. I don't have it with me, The Conspiracy Club. Jonathan Kellerman, I came across him when I was in prison. I did 18 months on my 30 DUIs up in Gulf CI in the Panhandle. Read everything. I read my Twilight books, which is why the 13-year-old girl in me loves Twilight. Because when I got out of prison, the movies had been made for the books, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. So, I get into Jonathan Kellerman. He's suspense, thriller, murder mysteries. All his books are awesome. And what's funny is I put that book in my truck 2 years ago, and it's been sitting in the center console, but then I wasn't driving, so then I wasn't reading it. And, oh, no, mentirosa. I put a different book. It was the Country Doctor's Handbook that I originally had. This last year, when I started driving again, I swapped them out, finished off the Country Handbook, and then put Jonathan Kellerman there. So now I definitely I got tons and tons of books at the house that I could be reading. Most of them, 85% of all my books are academic. And as much as I love them, sometimes it's hard light reading. Like, you got to bring the pen out, and it's nice to have some fiction every once in a while, because I could just burn through it, enjoy it, and not necessarily feel like I have to take notes. Even though every time you read, you should always have a pen in your hand to annotate. Anyways, so nothing, man. I'm sitting there and I'm fine, man. Shit, let me move a little bit. So here's the one thing: if you're gonna move around, just move around in short intervals. Don't go far. Stay within 5 miles. That way you're not wasting gas. You're not getting too far out of a location that you want to be in. And also, moving around a bit can also help position you into, a cusp of a region that might get better rides. So I'm moving around, nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make my way back to the spot that I saw where those construction workers were parking their trucks and their trailers. It was perfect, trees everywhere. It's right off the main drag and off the neighborhood. The light's right there, so I can come out of there and take off. So I parked probably about a half an hour, I read. So here I am, like maybe over 2 hours, you know what I mean? And even before I got to the mall, I had parked along State Road 200, which is the main drag that takes you by the mall and through Target and Walmart and all that shit and all the restaurants. And I parked there behind Jenkins Acura for like 30 minutes reading, smoked a cigarette. So a lot of downtime. And again, there's cars everywhere. And I'm like, where is my rides? Like, how am I not getting rides? But it is what it is. You got to play the game. So, I move from the mall. I go back to the other side of Ocala, which again is only like 5-6 miles, and I'm just creeping, letting my, I'm getting, honestly, I'm getting pretty good gas mileage because, Ocala's spread out, so you get a lot more highway driving. And I finally, after like 2.5 hours, boom, a hit comes in for like 45 bucks. Now, this is, these are unicorns, and it's not like these come at you often, but considering the market, and it was a woman that I had to pick up with her mom. She had her baby in a carrier to pick her up at the pediatrics. It was 2 stops. Another thing, man, these apps don't tell you when there's 2 stops. They just, and it's aggravating because you'll pick up something thinking this is easy, it'll take me 5-10 minutes to finish off, but all of a sudden they're hitting you with another stop, and it's like, what? And the price is cheap, so now it's not worth it. And you already got somebody in the fucking car, so it's like I can't cancel on them. I mean, I could cancel on them at the spot and let them figure out the fuck themselves and peace off, but like, there is a part of me that feels like a fucking dick if I do that, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily want to do that, so I just grit my teeth and I bear with it. But Uber, Lyft, y'all need to tighten up, and y'all need to start paying people, because y'all are out here scamming people to take these 2 ride options for peanuts, and it's bullshit, and it's going to get to the point where we as drivers will probably start canceling. We're going to get people to these first stops, cancel, I'm out of here, I'm going to get that first little bit of money and I'm out, because fuck you for not paying. So, and these people that need those second stops, they don't tip. These are mostly poor people, you know what I mean? And it's charity work, and I'm not, look, there's sometimes when charity work's all right, when it's the one work brown, I'll go do it, you know what I mean? Especially when it's my elders, like I gotta get a stool in the truck for these elders that I pick up, especially in the villages, all the medical runs. But anyways, I digress. So anyways, 45 bucks all around. It took me about 45 minutes. Picked her, the baby, and her mom up, then went to the school. Luckily, she had the kids at the back end, so they were the back neighborhood walkers, as they call them, I guess. Picked up the kids, took her home, bam, 45 bucks for that hour. Not even 45 minutes for the hour. And I was like, cool, that's perfect to set off the afternoon. But again, it was difficult, slow moving, very few and far between. Again, it's this trade-off, because really decent fares, but they're not coming at me a lot. Not like, and it's crazy because like in Gainesville, when you look on the app, Lyft, and it shows you drivers everywhere, everybody's moving. And in Gainesville, those things are ding, 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 ding. As soon as you touch one, another one's popping up and you're accepting it. And they keep you going 2, 3 backed up, So the point is, where was I? So I finished that ride. I probably took another few. By now it's 5 o'clock. Almost 5 o'clock, something like that, and or about 5. So there was a fare that came in, 33 bucks to go back to the villages. Now, was it crazy worth it? No. It was still, I was literally just a couple miles around the corner, so it wasn't much on the pickup. So as it was like 20 miles, you're $1 and change a mile. But I'm getting paid to come back to the villages, and I know it's evening time, so the villages should be heating up. But it's also the end of season out here. All over. Ocala to the villages, everywhere. Season's ending, things are slowing down. And I said, well, at least I'm going to get paid to go back to the villages. And at this point, I was at about, I don't know, 150, I guess. And great on gas. I really hadn't burned through much. I'd only burned through like maybe quarter tank. I think by the time I got back to the villages, I was just over quarter tank, which is great. You know what I mean? Dropped off those people. I had like one immediate ride for like $6. It was within like 4 miles. Perfect. I did it in 10 minutes. You almost $1.50 a mile there. I'm all right with that. But then nothing. Crickets. So I was like, man, I'm trying to just hit 200 for the day. You know what I mean? And usually, here's 6, 7 o'clock. And I'm like, what the fuck? 8 o'clock was 12 hours since I had started. Now, again, take 3 hours off of that. You know what I mean? At least 3 hours for not doing anything. Walking around the mall, sitting and reading, eating, whatever. But nothing. At a moment where usually I'm rolling through. And truthfully, there was a ride that was trying to get me out to Lady Lake in Leesburg, but it was pittance. Like, it was horrible. It was under, it was damn near 20 miles for like $9. Fuck you, bro. So, hell no, I'm not taking that. Now, I could have taken it. I could have taken it and said, all right, well, at least I'm going to get paid to go into Leesburg. And then I can work out there. That positions me near Leesburg, Tavares, Eustis, Mount Dora. And I was feeling froggy. I was up. I was caffeinated. You know, I mean, I had my Princess, passenger Princess, my Yeti with me. Protein had already been drank. An apple had already been eaten. My cup and a half of Cheerios had been eaten. I already burned through 2 of my Coke Zeros out of 3. I had 1 bottle of water left. I did stop at Publix. I spent like $12-13 on a sandwich and Doritos right now at Publix, or buy one get one. So I picked up that late night taco. That shit's fire. That shit tastes exactly like Taco Bell. So if you're watching this, Doritos, y'all killing it. First and foremost, sweet Thai chili, primo, the best Dorito out there. I don't know, hands down. When they came out with sweet Thai chili, boom, like blown away. Best chip ever. One of the best chips ever for the Doritos brand. But obviously I got a bag of sweet Thai chili, and I got that little taco, and I love tacos. I'm like, oh, man, that's so good. They're so good. I was like, oh my God, I'm like eating Taco Bell, you know what I mean? So I ate my sandwich, hop back online, and I mean nothing, dude. I mean, nothing was coming down the pipeline. But again, I was unwilling to go further than the Villages. I didn't want to be traveling home an hour from anywhere. And I knew that it was hard because I was willing to, in a way, if it was the right fare. If it was the right fare to get me out there, I would have chased it, right? And I would have been fine. I would have worked wherever I was at. I might have even made my way to Orlando, but nothing came down the pipeline that was worth traveling into Lake County, or at least lower Lake County. And so all right, I just putzed around, man, the Villages, and I was like, dude, I was inching. It took me like 2 hours to make like $20. Now, again, I'm not driving, I'm sitting, so I'm burning through my book, man. You know what I mean? So that's the good thing. Like, I'm not wasting gas. Sure, I'm out here, but like, what am I doing? I'm chilling. I'm chilling in my truck, sitting back, reading, enjoying the weather, smoking a bowl here and there, whatever. So finally, I'm at like 176, and I'm like, man, I'm just trying to hit 200. Like, let me just hit 200. So then, a fare comes in. It was like $15-16 to go into Bellevue, which would have been perfect because Bellevue's right there. It's right by the house. I'm in Summerfield. I'd have been home in 10 minutes. On the way to pick him up, it canceled, and I was like, fuck. And I only got $1 out of that fee because I'd only driven like the mile, and I was only online for that for like 2-3 minutes. But I was like, son of a bitch. And I was like, well, maybe it's a mistake. Maybe we'll come back through. But then all of a sudden, another one came through from a different pickup spot. Same general area. But it was taking me out to Ocklawaha. It was 15 miles. And I was like, well, at least I'm getting paid to go north. I didn't realize how deep. Dude, I was in the fucking forest, bro. It took me almost 30 minutes to come back home out of the forest. So it's like I burned up another 15 to 20 miles just trying to get home from there. So it's like I might as well have gone to Leesburg, you know what I mean? Because it's 20 miles from Leesburg back to my house. But I hit my 200 mark. And gas, saved a lot of gas by chilling, staying in the area, not chasing fares. So it was a long day of being available to drive. So out of the 12, by the time I got home, it was after 8. It was probably close to 9 when I finally got home. So let's say altogether 13 hours. And I'm going to take like 3 or 4 of those hours off from just sitting and chilling because I did not have all that time booked. If I did, I'd have made a lot more money. I'd say about 8 hours of that was booked. So this is not so much of a discrepancy, but a differentiating fact on how to look at things. I mean, yes, I could look at it and my hourly would be extremely low if I looked at total time out. But That total time I'm not working, right? And unlike being on a bar somewhere where I'm on shift, standing for 10 hours with nothing coming in the door and making $10 an hour and only making money when people come in the door, you know, I guess the justifications I look at when I'm driving is the hours that I'm booked, because that's essentially when you're getting paid. When there's a butt in the seat, you're getting paid. So, and that doesn't match up to the amount of time that you're out, you know. Um, the upside to that is, oh, again, I'm chilling. I'm reading. I got paid to read my book. It gives me time. I mean, I've been trying to read that book for a year now, and I love Jonathan Kellerman. But I've been so distracted, and it stays in the truck, and all my other books are in my totes at the house, that I'm not reading anything. You know, occasional my Bible studies. Again, I fail at that daily. But so yeah, the point of it is just to kind of go over planning, position, and some patience. So one, I plan to stay in town between the Villages and Ocala. I want to work Ocala's market because I have to feel it out. I have to be able to feel out the times of when I can get good rides or when the rides are coming through. Morning, yes. Early afternoon, yes. Mid-afternoon, zilch. Now again, this was a Thursday, and truthfully, Thursday should be busy. And now, okay, and then let's go back to when I came back to the Villages. Like, I parked at Walmart. And usually I pick up a lot of people from Walmart. Usually Walmart keeps me busy. There's a bunch of, on 301 in Oxford or Wildwood, there are a ton of apartments that have been built. There's tons of people in town that have just moved from out of state or whatever that take rides back and forth from Walmart. And Walmart will tend to keep me busy. It's usually $5, $6, $7 tabs. And I'm only going a few miles, so I can bang them out quick, you know, but nothing. And truthfully, I sat in that parking lot an hour, hour and a half, and the parking lot was empty. Like, I walked in at one point, I was like, you know what, let me stretch my legs, let me just go in. I was getting a little tired of reading. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But walking out, I looked around and I was like, oh shit, there is literally nobody in this parking lot, you know. So it goes to show the times of the season. You know, here it is, April 17th. It's the end of season. May is really when everybody really cleans out, and then you get the 2-3 months of downtime for the summer. So, you know, for the summer, I got to decide on how I'm going to do this. I'll probably have to spend a lot of time in Orlando and really, really work the system. But overall, I stuck to my plan of staying in the Villages in Ocala. It worked to my benefit. I hit my mark of $200. Did it take me all day? Yes, it did. Did I actually save on gas? Yes, I did. Did I get to read almost my entire book? Because by the time I got home, I was like, I'm too far into this book to not finish it. So I read for another 2 hours at the house and finished the book just before midnight and then went to bed. Oh, so good. It was so good. It was so good. I love Jonathan Kellerman's books. Anyways, so yeah, I was out all day. Yes, I got to read my book all day. You know, I've hit my mark. I saved gas by chilling and sitting and being patient, not moving around, you know, because the problem is that we'll get bored, and others who are driving understand this, that you'll get bored in one spot and think that, no, I need to move. And sometimes it is true. You need to move. But if you get caught up trying to hit those areas and navigate to the spots where there's like low wait times, you'll be driving, because you can enter, like, it's like chasing a surge. Don't chase surges. Because you could drive into a spot and the surge disappears. They do it all the time. It's almost like they want you to drive to the spot and they're purposely deleting the surge. So you can get caught up trying to chase things and just waste time and money. So don't go chasing. Yes, every few, you know, maybe an hour, move around for 15 minutes just to, you know, hopefully give the algorithm an idea that you're moving about. You know, you're online the entire time, but maybe move into a different zone, stay on the cusps of the zones to see if you can't get anything. Because, you know, on Lyft, it'll show square blocks of an area. Green, orange, red. Green for best wait times, red for highest wait times, orange for moderate. But if you're in those green zones, just like I learned yesterday, it doesn't mean you're going to get a ride. You know, it doesn't mean you're going to get a ride at all, and you're still going to be sitting. And you're like, what the fuck, man? It's telling me 1 to 4 minutes for a wait and 20 rides in the last hour, but I'm not getting anything, you know. So there were a few moments where I was getting discouraged, right? I started feeling myself getting a little disgruntled, like, what the fuck? But just got to remind yourself that, like, you're chilling. You're chilling. Nobody's on your ass. You don't deal with dumb bitches at a job site. You know what I mean? Dumb bitches who want to get away with fucking everything, think they could talk to you however the fuck they want. You're not dealing with stupid fucking managers who allow all that dumb shit. You're not dealing with dumb fucking owners who want you to suck dick for a living and then treat you as the bad guy for standing up for yourself. Go fuck yourself, people. So you are your own man, or woman, if you're doing this. So keep pushing forward. You know, we're gonna see this time next month. Well, technically this time next month I'll be coming back from Panama City Beach. I can't believe it's almost the end of April and I'm so close. I'm so fucking close to being in Panama City Beach. I can't wait. I can't wait to make some videos while I'm up there and post one on the beach. To test the market up there, driving up and down the coastline. I've said it before. I'm thinking about moving up there. I really, really love Panama City Beach area. I had the timeshare in Panama City Beach. Panama City, it's dope. It's like a big Gainesville, but with 2 ginormous commercial marinas and an Air Force base. And there's lots of arts and cultures. There's lots of happenings going on. Lots of, fairs, flea markets. You got restaurants and bars on the marinas. You're looking at all these charter boats, all these charter ships, commercial ships. And it's just the coolest vibe. And, I picked up a girl the other day who was from Gainesville. And we were talking. She's a young girl, 23. Fucking sexy as fuck, bro. She was like, I hope I see you again. Well, I hope I get you again. I wanted to be like, well, I mean, I'm down to kick it. You know what I mean? But there's some moments where I'm like, let me just keep it professional because I don't need anything coming back at me, But she was bad. She was a baddie. And we were talking it up, So, but she was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm from Gainesville. And I was like, listen, I get it. I totally get it because I hate being here in this area. Like, I fucking hate this place. But I'm here. It's where God's got me. So I got to deal with it, right? So all I can do is try to make whatever plans I can. And, but as the Bible says, in his heart, man plans his way, God guides his steps. So whatever his purpose is for me, I just hope I get whatever I want out of it. If not, what I want should be just do God's will. That's what we should all want. In the end, our plans don't matter to him. He'll give us the desires of our heart so long as we're fulfilling his will. And even the desires of our heart aren't necessarily what he gives us what we think we should want. He'll give them to us in a different avenue, And even in the regard of my being here, yes, I've got my roof overhead. Yes, I've got my yard. Yes, I've got my little shitty trailer. Yeah, I've got my space. It's comfortable enough for me to lay my head down and grind out. Yes, I've helped 2 divorced men back onto their feet. Yes, I've helped my niece get back onto her feet. Yes, I've been able to help with the church in this time. I've been back in church for the 5 years of being back. But I just hate this place. I fucking hate it here. Anyways, it's just trash. It's just places trash. There's trash people everywhere you go. And what's worse is trash people move here. You know what I mean? And hence, problems with jobs. You're dealing with trash coworkers, people who are trash, bitches who are trash, men who are trash. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Those are my early morning aggravated sentiments. Maybe I should smoke a cigarette. But yeah, so overall, stuck to the plan. Had patience. Patience was hard yesterday. So yes, it took a lot for me to be patient and wait through all the BS and just stick with it. But I planned on it. I positioned myself and I was patient enough. I made what I wanted to make. I did it. And and here's the hard thing. It's hard because if you're in Gainesville, if you're in Orlando, you're going to make that money so much faster. But all the travel time to get back is where you waste that money. And it's like my hours are so much longer when I'm in the area, but my expenditures are extremely low compared to when I'm out in the world somewhere else, an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So it's definitely a trade-off. If you are in an area, because you get online. Here's the one thing. The one thing about it is you get online, there's nobody on making videos that are in slow areas because they're not making money. There's nothing, there's no reason to make a video. Now, there is a gentleman that I watch, Tip Me on the App, I think it is. Older guy, gray hair, was an accountant or CPA or some shit. Got rich and then decided to drive. Does well doing it. He's in Syracuse, upstate New York. It's college town. He's got Oswego. He's got some college towns within the hour from him. So he makes mad loot, and hence my desire to be in Gainesville near that college, you know. But unlike me, I can't just come out of my door, come into the backyard kind of thing and just start making immediate money. Now, yesterday it happened as such. Today it happened as such. I mean, truthfully, I decided to do this video because I just dropped off this kid at the barbershop. And I mean, it's been, 35 minutes? I don't know how busy it is in there. Maybe he got a chair, maybe still waiting on the chair. But I'm also to a place that's, again, Marion fucking Oaks, man. This is like Spanish trash out here. Nobody want to fucking be out here. And there's a lot of movement out here. There are some lifts in the area. I looked on the app. But whether or not that equates to getting paid to go back, I don't know. So I just figured it was a good time to make a video. Last night, going into the forest. So here it is, $15 for this 15-mile ride. And I'm like, damn it. But whatever, I'm hitting my mark. And honestly, it was legit the first time all day in that 12, 13 hours that I was actually going to waste some gas coming home, which was the 20 miles to come home. And I was like, you know what? That's not bad considering I've been out there deadheading with 60, 70 miles under my belt. You know what I mean? And that sucks because you're like, fuck, man, it's like I worked all day and I just have to put this back in the tank. So it wasn't bad, but I hit a raccoon. And it was a fat raccoon. Oh, I saw it. I was doing like 60 miles an hour. We're in the middle of the woods. I mean, there's a line of us going out to the forest. And it sucked. He came right out of he just came right off the left shoulder. And all I remember was saying like, oh, and it, dun, dun. And I was like, and it sucked, man, because one, in my area, you don't see too many raccoons anymore. So you got to be out there in the forest. I will say up in like Gainesville and those wooded areas, you see a lot. I saw that armadillo one night, see some raccoons, and it was a fat raccoon. So one, the instant like, oh, I hit a raccoon. I didn't want to hit a raccoon. And now sidebar, I am the guy that if I had some coon hounds, I'd be out there hunting them. But I don't want to hit one with a car. It's not as fun. Like I'd rather send the dogs on them and then take it home and eat it or something, or at least skin it, whatever. Where the red fern grows type shit. Dan and Ann, 2 red-boned coon hounds. But I hit a coon and he was fat. Like, it reminded me of when my sister hit a raccoon and she had this little Nissan Juke and it destroyed her front end. Like, it destroyed it. And instantly I was like, I felt so bad because I hit the coon. I don't want to hit a coon. And then on the way home, I was like, fuck, I hit a raccoon. I hit a big fat raccoon. I didn't stop to check. I dropped off the girl, stopped on the side of the road, smoked a bowl, and boop, back to the house. So when I got back to the house, brought out the flashlight, everything was good, no cracks, no nothing. And I was like, because in my mind, I'm like, imagine this is the worst Uber that I take all day, and it's the one that ends up costing me the most money. So it did cost me the most money of the day, but thank God there was no damage to the front end of the truck. And in the end, I guess, driving at 55, 60 miles an hour, the way I hit him, I'm still tall enough to get over him because he was a big fat. He was big. He was like a medium-sized dog. Like, I'd swear that raccoon was a solid 40 to, it had to be like 40 pounds. Had to be. And that's traveling at 55 miles an hour. He looked that big. And he felt it. Doop, doop. My assumption is he probably missed the very front end, got caught up under, and I hit him with my tire. I got big old knobby tires on my truck. So, yeah, I hit a raccoon, man. That sucked. It really did suck because it's just like I hit a raccoon for not a lot of money, and and then another thing, the girl with the other girl who booked the cash, she's like, oh, how much was the fare? And she's like, $30. And I was like, $30 fucking dollars. So I'm getting like only 51% of this. Like, and that's that fuck shit. That's that bullshit that you hear about when the rideshare guys are talking about the bad business practices at Uber and Lyft, how much they're trying to rape you. You know what I mean? Like, you're only giving me half of that money. What? So you're taking $15 fucking dollars? Like, I should have at least $20 of that fare. Now, granted, I had every right to decline that ride, and I've seen a fare. I've seen fares hike trying to get people to take them. Last Sunday, I stayed in the Villages. I had zero desire to be anywhere but my area. I said, if I can just sit, be no more than 5, 6, 7, 8 miles from the house and make a little money, I'm good. There was a fair, and it just sucked, man, because everybody was going back to the airport, and I was not down to deal with airport at all. I didn't want to be in Orlando. I didn't want to be at the airport. I didn't want to deal with any of that shit. So there was this one fare, and all that shit, man, it's like $30 to go to the airport. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. $30. You can go fucking suck a dick. You know what I mean? Sure, somebody out here with a little piece of shit car, go ahead. But those people that I see online that are they're, you know, and I get it. You're always trying to undercut the next person to get your business. But here's the thing about business. Never undercut so far that you're spending money, because then in the end you're going to end up paying to do somebody the service. You know what I mean? It's like I might as well pay you $30 for me to take you to the airport. You know what I mean? So this one fare comes in. It started off at like, let's just say $60. $60 to go to the airport from Bellevue. Nah, I'm good. It's already 60 miles. It's already 60 something miles, you know. Nope. Good. Let it pass. I didn't even X out. I didn't even X out. I just I set the time, let the time drop. And then I see it like 10 minutes later, it jumped up to like $65. And over the course of like 30 minutes, it jumped up to $80. $81, something like that. And when I got to the $81, I was like, which still isn't that worth it, but it would have gotten me paid to get to Orlando, and then I would have worked Orlando. I just didn't want to be in Orlando, you know. So I'm assuming somebody eventually took that person. Oh, and then that was on Uber, and then the same fare came through Lyft, and they were trying both, and it was under a different name, so you know it's somebody else trying to figure it out, trying to get them to ride, and you know they see you there, but like, you know, I'm assuming they're probably paying at least $100 for that fare. You know what I mean? At the very least. Some of these fares, it's cost people. I know sometimes it costs people like $130 to $140 to take an Uber, depending on the time of day. Sometimes it might cost them only $60 to get somewhere. And this is the thing. It's like, I'm gonna do my airport transport, and it's gonna be $150 flat rate from anywhere within the Villages, maybe Bellevue also, just because it's right here in my backyard. To get to the airport, Orlando or Sanford, it's about the same distance. And that gives me at least $2 a mile on the way. It covers, I don't know, it covers tolls, and it'll cover some of that en route pickup mileage, you know. But I got to get those business cards made up. I got to get that going. Oh my God, my allergies, man. My big old honker of a nose, man. When my nose gets red, it's like I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer over here. Anyways, so yeah, it's like you'll see those price hikes, man, and you know, and that's the problem, because you know that they're charging people an arm and a leg. It's like that girl last night, because in that moment, I was like, the fuck, bro? You're paying $29, $30, and I'm only getting $15 fucking dollars out of this ride. And you know they're not tipping. These people don't tip. You know what I mean? Well, not all of them. The market's just weird. Here's the thing when it comes to tipping. People will say, work those tips. Fuck those tips. You work the rides that work your market, right? That work best for you. So if people gotta wait, people gotta wait. People ain't getting rides, fuck them. That's their problem. You know what I mean? Because in the end, you got to make your money, and you don't want to be out there spending money to help people out. No, absolutely not. So, you know, there are the moments, if it works for me, then I'll take it. You know, like that fare, I didn't realize how far out. Had I realized how far out, I wouldn't have taken that. I just said, oh, Ocklawaha. So I think Gator Joe's somewhere around 25, but I forget how big Ocklawaha is, and that the outskirts of Ocklawaha are deep into the forest, and there ain't nobody coming back from the forest. I barely have service out there to even pick something up anyways, you know what I mean? So all in all, just to recap, planning, I planned on being in the Villages and Ocala only. I positioned myself as such. and I was patient enough to let it happen. I didn't get worked up at any one point. I didn't get impatient at any one point. I stuck to my guns. I only declined maybe 2 rides the entire day. Also because not a lot were coming through, but the 2 rides that I definitely declined were horrible rides. Horrible. I would have just been wasting time and money. Like it was horrible, like the types of fares. But so the patience worked. It worked, like people talk about the 3 P's again: planning, position, and patience. Stick with the guns. It worked out. Did it take me all day to make $200? Sure, but I had a chill day, man. I really did. Hit the bowl a few times. I got paid to read almost my entire book, which is awesome. And then I got home and finished it. Oh my God. Yes. Which also reminds me to tell y'all, if you're watching this to this very end, or I'll probably chop this up. Look, if you're gonna be on the road driving fares, keep a book, keep something. Right now I have the videos, I can do this on my downtime. Pad and pen if you want to write, something that keeps you active, because listen, I know that I'm not the only person. I know that when I'm on this app, that I will just look at my phone. I'll look at those little bars going back and forth, searching, and I will just stare at them. I was just like this, like something's gonna happen right then and there. And I think that's a part of like the way the tech works with these apps. Like the chimes, they're created to get your adrenaline spiked, so you instantly give them focus and you instantly accept whatever they're coming. Like these are scientific method proven. That's what these guys talk about, and that's exactly what it is. Like you got to turn all the noise off, turn off the chimes, turn them on low so you don't get clickbaited into them, and they get your adrenaline up, their emotions spike. You feel like you got to start accepting everything right then and there, and that's not true. So keep something with you that keeps your attention away from your phone, keeps your attention away from just looking at the apps. And I do it. I will sit here for 10, 15 minutes sometimes and hit the same buttons, hit the same, look at the same things in the same apps. It's kind of like Instagram and Facebook. You're doom scrolling. Technically, you're doom scrolling, but for the driver apps, and that's what you don't want to do. So I'd say the best, whatever helps you kill your downtime, do that. For me, it's a book. Truthfully, I think more than anything, have a book. At least have a book. Even if you say you don't read, get a magazine, get a periodical. Stop at Barnes & Noble, stop at Publix, pick up a dope a Times magazine, or Southern Living, or a food magazine, whatever. Something that you can just turn pages with. And, at least you're reading, you're utilizing your mental ability, your brain cognition, whatever. And, it'll at least keep you occupied in those times of those extreme downtimes. So I guess that's it for the morning. It's been 47 minutes. It is now 10:30, a little like 10:28. I'm still out here hoping maybe that I get this fare to go back. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the app, which is great because I haven't been focused on it like I was just talking about. But all right, y'all. Well, wish me luck if you got to this point, and have a great day.